The economic rights advocate, in collaboration with Center for Social Justice, Equity and Transparency, CESJET, and the Good Governance Advocacy Network, has endorsed the federal government's $2.2 billion loan request. This comes amidst opposition from various quarters described as misguided and uninformed. The CSO said President Bola Tinubu-led administration has demonstrated prudent financial management by fulfilling financial commitments to foreign creditors, earning the country's reputation for responsible borrowing and repayment. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja, convener Dr. Emeka Theodore said the proposed $2.2 billion loan aims to support vital industries benefiting Nigerians. He noted that Nigerians' borrowing plans align with international best practices, with a manageable fiscal deficit of 8 trillion in the 2025 budget. Theodore slammed organizations spreading false information about Nigerians' borrowing, labeling it irresponsible and unsustainable. The CSOs urged opposition politicians to abandon populist stance and acknowledge governance reality. Rejecting the loan would jeopardize Nigeria's growth, delay development, and leave crucial projects underfunded.
We would like to remind everyone that the loans collected in the past have been used for important development initiatives, infrastructure growth, and institutional changes. The judicious use of borrowed monies to promote economic growth and address infrastructural deficiencies is demonstrated in projects like the Second Niger Bridge, the Lagos-Ibadan Railway, and the ongoing Mambila hydropower project. This proposed $2.2 billion loan is not unusual. Its goal is to fund vital industries that will help Nigeria in the long run. In dispelling the myth on the borrowing to federal budget ratio, we wish to state categorically that Nigeria's borrowing plans are clearly in line with international best practices and do not impose an excessive cost. For example, a fiscal deficit of about 8 trillion is expected in the 2025 budget, which is estimated to be around 34 trillion, a manageable portion of current budget. The $2.2 billion loan fits the government's fiscal policy to strike a balance between development requirements and the long-term financial viability.
The group also denied that the loan request would have disastrous effects on ongoing programs and projects potentially shaving infrastructural development, healthcare expansion, and educational reforms. He stated that borrowing funds would support revenue generation plan and institutional improvement, investment in digital technology, infrastructure, and agricultural changes, which will increase tax collection effectiveness, diversify revenue streams, and boost exports. The CSOs emphasize public support for development projects by highlighting the loan's benefits and addressing concerns transparently. Nigerians can build consensus and ensure smooth passage of the loan request.
Additionally, we acknowledge that borrowed funds are essential to the advancement of revenue-generating plans and institutional improvements. Cases just like the investment in digital technologies and infrastructure would increase the effectiveness of tax collection, diversifying Nigeria's revenue streams and lowering its need on oil earnings. Likewise, financing agricultural changes will increase output, guaranteeing food security and boosting exports. The government intends to use a portion of the loan for mechanized farming and irrigation projects, which will greatly increase agricultural productivity, provide employment, and promote rural development. Notably, it is crucial we understand that borrowing for development is common practice all over the world. Countries like the US, China, and India frequently use debt to pay for healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Nigeria takes the same stance when it comes to borrowing. While meeting pressing developmental requirements, the government makes sure that debt is manageable by obtaining concessional loans with low interest rates and long payback terms without posing any future risk. President Tinubu-led administration continuous initiative to increase non-oil earnings and diversify the economy would strengthen Nigeria's ability to service its debt in no time. Unlike when the country was solely dependent on revenue from oil for its mega operations, These actions demonstrate the government's dedication to fiscal restraint and judicious borrowing.